This is the Kodiak Chamber News and Views, where each week we sit down with representatives from local businesses and nonprofits to learn more about the services and resources available in our community. I'm your host, Jen Colton. Today I'm joined by Rebekah Walton, the new General Manager of Midtown Auto Repair Services. Rebekah, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
So Midtown Auto Repair is coming up on their 20-year anniversary, and I understand it's truly a family business. Tell me a little bit more about your background and how you got started.
Yeah, so as far as Midtown goes, my dad, Aaron, he had a dream and a passion for having his own auto repair shop. He started that dream in what is now the Kodiak Power Sports and Marines building back in 2006. In 2011, he was given the opportunity to expand into where we currently are over on 2181 with a beautiful building. We've got, 7 fully functional bays, brand new equipment, and we've been there ever since. Me personally, I started at 14 just as a janitor, and, during junior and senior year of high school, I grew into the service advisor position, went to college at Avtech, moved back, was his office manager for a few years. Then I went up to Fairbanks for about 3 years. But, I miss the shop, I miss my coworkers, and miss Kodiak the most of all. So I ultimately moved back in April and told myself I'm never leaving again. So now I'm the general manager with ultimately more responsibilities, more hours, but loving every second of it. It's really truly a good place to be.
Well, Kodiak is happy to have you back. Where would Midtown be in, say, 10 years?
So there's no promise that we'll still be here. Aaron is definitely wanting to retire at some point. He wants to be able to pick up his feet and say, I accomplished something great in my life and be happy retired at home, finally. I can't promise anything, but hopefully if all works out, I'll still be here. My dad is my hero. He sacrificed so much when I was growing up, and I really didn't see it till a few years ago. And I do really want to carry on his legacy and dream and help keep Kodiak drivers safe on the road. So maybe in 10 years, we'll still be hanging out and helping everyone as much as possible.
For those who haven't been to Midtown Auto yet, what makes your shop stand out?
So a few things. We're the longest standing auto repair shop in town, which is something to really be proud of. We do have, ASE certified technicians just to make sure that every technician, they're trained up, they know what they're looking for, they know what they're doing. We also do work with several dealerships like Ford, Toyota, Chrysler, Dodge to do various warranty and recall work because Aaron realized early on that it is something that's desperately needed here because we don't have any dealerships, and the dealers in Anchorage are amazing to recognize that and help out our community to save people many ferry trips going back and forth.
And growing up here in Kodiak, that connection must really drive how you take care of your customers.
Oh, absolutely. It's a beautiful place to live here, but it's also expensive. Not everyone can afford to have more than one vehicle, and depending on your job, they're faced with the challenge of my car's unsafe to drive, but it's my livelihood, just stepping into the reality of it's expensive for the repairs, and if you can't give out your vehicle for so long, it sparks that urge to just sit down and figure out everything to work on price, timeliness, how can we get the parts here sooner so we can get you back on the road as soon as possible and as efficiently as possible as far as price and everything too, making it just a smooth process every time.
Before we wrap up, any quick advice for drivers listening today?
Yes. Routine maintenance. I promise it's not a scam. It really does save time and money down the road. Something as simple as an oil change every few thousand miles really does make a difference.
Great advice. Rebekah Walton, General Manager at Midtown Auto Repair Services, and continuing the family tradition. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
You've been listening to Chamber News and Views. Tune in on Thursdays and Saturdays to hear more about what's happening in our Kodiak business community.